Hey guys, what's up? Ryan here. As promised, I wanted to walk you through our lending packet. Now, I kind of went back and forth on if I just wanted to show you a template or an actual deal we'd funded. I know we're going to get a lot of questions about how do you raise private money? How do you find lenders? I'm actually working on compiling some of that info for you as we're even raising more money for ourselves. But I wanted to walk you through a particular deal from pitching it to closed with a private lender. So this is an actual rental property I own. This is an actual lending packet that I presented to a private lender that got him to fund this deal. Now you can see here kind of logo at the top, property address, what we think it's worth. We went with the red color because that's in our logo, but feel free to kind of tweak the borders and things of that nature. We outline purchase cost, rehab, what we think the all-in is, layout, what it should rent for, what we're going to be doing with the rehab funds they're going to provide for us, as well as kind of quick and dirty comps. This shows them, hey, this high, low, and median comes from a ton of activity in the neighborhood. Interestingly enough, we've owned this property for 6 or 7 months, and it's honestly worth closer to 165, 170,000 now. You can kind of see some pictures of it. Had good cabinets, nice vinyl plank flooring, and then we give them kind of a what we like about the property. Now, with private lending, it really is all about building the relationship. So we want them to start to see in our properties what we see in them, so they can see we like how new it was built, the area it's in, low crime, substantial population growth. This is in an area in Indianapolis that's one of the better places to live and raise a family. It's your typical 3-bed, 2.5-bath house with an attached 2-car garage. It's pretty much what every family wants. Super easy to rent out. Now, the interesting thing with this, I actually met with a private lender. So this was a guy I met off of BiggerPockets. I'd thrown out a post in the marketplace, something to the effect of, hey, I'm a wholesaler. I've done all these deals. I'm looking for private money to start to keep some of these or potentially flip some of these. 75% loan to value or less, first position mortgage. Let me know if you're interested. This particular guy reached out to me. We actually met a few times. The first time we met, walked him through a rehab I was doing, kind of just got to know him, didn't ask him for anything. About 3-4 months later, reached back out to him. I said, hey, let's do coffee. Now, this guy's an active investor in our market as well. So I said, hey, hypothetically speaking, if I had a deal in Noblesville, this great part of town, and the numbers looked kind of like this, is that something you'd be interested in? He goes, man, I'd love to buy that deal. I said, what do you think about funding something like that? He goes, well, I'd consider it. Now, this particular gentleman was typically charging 10 to 12% interest with a few points. So as you can see here, all of our private loans are actually at 8 to 9% interest. The majority of them are at 8%. So meeting went well, concluded, didn't ask him for anything, shot him an email the next day. I said, hey, John, that deal I kind of ran by you actually ended up panning out. Would you have an interest in funding this? Now, you can see I'm quite a bit less than his typical return. He came back and said, yeah, let's go ahead and do it. So I think the big lesson to learn there is striking while the iron's hot. I do the same thing with buyers. If you reach out to a buyer, have a deal you think they may be interested in already lined up. If you're going to talk to a private lender, have something they may be interested in already ready to go. I hope that helps kind of see the rough flow of what we're doing here. If you guys have any questions on these, let me know. In the past, we had some longer packets with a lot more detailed information. What we found out is, really once your lenders are comfortable with you, they're going to lend to you to work with you. They really don't care all that much about the deal. So we made it much simpler, kind of a one-page, hey, here you go. As far as distributing these goes, we don't blast them out to our entire list, first come, first serve. Typically what we do is we'll look through our lenders and see who has money coming back to them from a refinance with us. Most of our lenders will reinvest with us. So we'll reach out to them and say, hey, I know on Friday you're getting $100,000 back. I've got this deal coming up. Would you like to roll over into it? 9 times out of 10, they say yes. If any of our ones that have a refinance coming up don't have anything available, from there we just kind of start to send one-off emails kind of down the list. But I hope that helps. Let me know any questions you guys have. And I'm also going to post this template down in the comments. That way you guys are free to kind of edit, tweak, make it your own. Appreciate it. Hope you guys are having an awesome weekend.